Hey, it's Shahar. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be talking about Totally Killer. I know this review is late. I'm sorry. It's just I've been very late with a lot of videos, and life has been very, very hectic. But I did watch it. I've actually watched it a few times because I really, really enjoyed it. New favorite horror movie probably, and uh, I loved it. So basically, in this movie, someone killed three people, three of the popular people, and because of it. They but they never caught him. He killed three people and then he just kind of disappeared and nobody knows what happened. Nobody, he didn't try to kill anyone else ever again. It was the only time this town really had, killers like that. Um, and then all of a sudden, the main character's mom gets murdered. So, and she is talking to this one reporter guy who's tells her that her mom had a note when she was uh, that she was keeping secret all these years, saying that one day he'll come for her too, making her think that this is the same killer just came back and finally killed her like he always meant to. Um, so her best friend was able to create a time machine, and she went back in time to just before the murder started because like three people died, but it was in a span of like several days. It was like 2 days later, then 2 days later again for the last person, and then boom, no more. Um, and so there are some actors I know in this film which I want to mention. Her dad in the present time, it plays I know first place I've ever seen him was on Charmed. He played Jack, and he was Prue's love interest in season 2. But he also played Betty's dad in Riverdale. Uh, and he played on Freddy vs. Jason as the cop guy. I think, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Um, and then I know her mom from the past, not the present. Her mom, when she was a teenager, is Olivia Holt. She played in the main character in I Didn't Do It, and I think she was in the Disney Channel show or Disney XD, something like that, Kicking It, which I've never actually seen. I just heard of it. Um, but I have seen I Didn't Do It. I really like that show. And then her dad from the past, I did not realize this at first, just because he is a bit older and he has long hair now, which made me not recognize him at first. But he played Luke in Julie and the Phantoms. I think those are everybody that I really know. But yeah, so she she ends up trying to stop these murders by warning them. Of course, nobody's gonna believe her. She seems kind of out of it. She seems kind of crazy talking about, uh, I don't think she ever really talks about time travel because she knew nobody would believe it. But she was gonna say, "You're gonna get murdered, this and that," so nobody believed her, of course, because they never do. But uh, as she's trying to stop the murders, she doesn't. But the murders end up changing. Um, like the one girl died on her sweet 16th birthday, so she was trying to stop it. She died in the garage, I think, originally, but now because things changed, she ended up dying in her parents' bedroom. Um, so she was able to change the way the murders happened, but not actually change the murders, which happened with all three of the murders. You find out that her mom was also kind of awful. She was not a nice person. Um, and her friends were the popular bullies, basically. Um, so it's like, you get why somebody wanted to go after them. That's usually what happens. You bully someone so much and then they decide to, kill you. um, a lot of these cases, that's what happens. But she does befriend her best friend's mom from the past, so she's like a teenager at this point because when her best friend's making a time machine, this was actually her mom's research that she just gave up on, that she wanted to perfect. So she befriends her, explains everything to her, so she's the only one that actually knows. Um, and she it changes a lot of things. Like she tells her mom from the past that her dad, who they don't even think they would ever get together at this point, would actually get together, but it's not until years later you find out that they don't actually get together until after they came home from college. That's when they actually get together. So high school, college, they're not together. But of course, because now that she knows this, she's like, I always found him hot. Now I can be with him. And she was afraid they got together too soon because her mom was always like, good thing that we didn't get together in high school because we would not still be together. Um, but that ended up not being true because they were still together even though they got together sooner. Um, but yeah, but they keep getting but the final fight was really good. Uh, I really liked this time travel horror movie. It was different, and I really liked that like it showed that no matter what happened, this was still gonna happen. You know? Okay, so the ending was really good. I really enjoyed it because you find out who the killer was back then during that fight. Um, they fight him, and he's I forgot to mention, but like it kept showing the present with the best friend and the reporter guy, and it kept showing that the the changes that she was making, like how girls were dying differently, like it was showing that now that's how the world remembers it. Even though that's not originally what happened because time travel. But anyways, back to the ending. They fought him, and because they all had a plan to fight him with the last girl standing, the last one who is supposed to die. She still dies, I believe, because you can't change what's supposed to happen. You can't defeat death. If someone's meant to die, they're gonna die. You learn that time again from Charm. Like that was a whole theme in a few episodes that had to do with the Angel of Death. Like no matter what, if it's your time, it's your time. You can't change what's meant to happen. Um, sort of thing. But she, uh, but they were able to stop him, and they found out it was, if I remember correctly, it turned out to be the principal of the present time. Like he was the principal of school. He's the one that did it, like his past version. Um, and you find out why, and it was really messed up. And the reason why the mom didn't die, the main girl's mom didn't die, was because she wasn't actually a part of it when it happened. There was a sleepover, but she was on the outs with one of the girls, so she wasn't invited to the sleepover. And if I remember correctly, it's been a hot minute since I watched the movie, but it's like there was a rumor of her sleeping with the teacher, and they were trying to figure it out, but they did something. I can't remember what it was now, but they did something really bad, messed up, and he was upset about it because they were like dating or something, and so he killed them for revenge. Or I think she ended up dying or committing suicide or something because of what they did, because she was no longer around or something. So yeah, and because of that, he wanted to kill them. That's always how it goes. I swear. The popular kids are mean to someone until they just snap and kill them, and it's like, I mean, it's not right what they did, but at the same point, like, arguably, it's like, can you understand? Like, I would never go that far, and I don't condone going that far. Like, there are definitely better methods, but at the same time, it's like, don't bully. Like, seriously. But anyways, moving on. Um, and so they think it's done, and then she's about to go home with the help of uh, her best friend's mom, and they have this whole thing so she can get home, and she has to get home at a certain amount of time or she's stuck there forever. And but then the killer comes back, and she's like, how? And they fight, and this thing is spinning around, so it's kind of hard to fight, but they are fighting. And even her mom shows up to help. She does get stabbed, but she survives. Um, but she manages to kill him and fly him out of the thing, and then she go home. And the killer turns out to be the reporter guy. He Because her death was staged to look like it was by the same person that killed those girls, but it was actually not. He killed them. He killed her because he makes his living off of that one crime. but people are losing interest because it happened like 30 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, something like that. So they've all lost interest in this one crime, and he wants to bring people's interest in and make his living again by making another murder, bringing it back as if it's not actually over. And that's what he did. He and then she gets home, but because of all the things she changed, her mom is alive and fine. Those two girls are still dead. They have always been dead. But she is alive, and things are good with. But she changed so much that now, because she got her parents together earlier by accident, they end up having another child before her, and her name, which I don't remember what her name is, but I think it's gender neutral, ended up being his name, so now she has a different name. And it's funny because the best friend's mom actually remembers everything. So she shows up and wrote down, and all these years she's been writing down things that changed because of what she did, and gave them to her so she can memorize them. And so they are the only two that know of any of this. And I just find that funny. And her reaction when she found out she had a different name is hilarious. But yeah, so all in all, great movie, definitely a top horror movie, and I'm so glad I watched it, and I kind of want to watch it again. So I highly recommend it. Please like and subscribe and comment if you've seen it, what your thoughts are on it, and I'll talk to you guys next time.